The average person checks their phone over 100 times a day. Music, notifications, videos, podcasts, constant noise. So I started wondering, what would happen if I removed all of it? No phone, no music, no distractions. Just me and my thoughts for 1 hour. On this day, I didn't quite figure out how to keep my MacBook on. But after a few minutes, my brain started doing what it always does. When there's no distractions, it started racing, random memories, things I said 5 years ago, conversations that never happened. It was like my brain finally had the microphone. We're so afraid of being alone with our thoughts that we fill every second with distractions. Music in the car, videos while eating, phones before bed. But silence might actually be the one thing that most people need. Well, that was the first 1 hour raw dog. I just rewatched the video and it sucked. The computer turned off and I was like looking at the floor, so like it just looks a little weird. But it was really hard to stay awake. I like was dozing off quite a lot, and honestly, like I don't know. I feel really clear headed right now. I don't know how to explain it, but that was day one. Day two, now that I'm thinking about it, was honestly worse. My brain just kept jumping between random thoughts, old memories, conversations, things I should be doing instead. It felt like my brain had been holding all this stuff in, and now I finally had time to dump it out. Well, that was day two of raw dogging for an hour every day for 7 days straight. And again, I just looked back on the camera footage. It just looks like I'm just like kind of asleep, but I promise I'm not. I'm just kind of like, this might sound a little weird, but I'm low-key just daydreaming, you know? Most of the time I'm just daydreaming about like my future and, you know, shit like that. But yeah, no, I think it went pretty well. I think I was a little antsy, a little fidgety, just because like I didn't, you know, like set the time away. I fell asleep after school, and that was when I was supposed to do it. So, and then I went to the gym right after. But you know, other than that, I think it was pretty good. I'm excited to see where this leads me. Day three honestly felt like mental noise. When you remove the distractions, your mind doesn't constantly become calm. It actually gets louder first. It's like all the thoughts you've been avoiding suddenly show up all at the same time. And it's a lot to take in, you know, when you have nothing to distract you from that, so. Well, that was scene three. I tried to do a little better, you know, just less fidgeting, less messing around, more sitting still. But, you know, I'm still doing that 1 hour of just nothing. And I feel really clear-minded. I feel like, honestly, like I'm able to, you know, do things for a longer amount of time, and I'm able to do nothing, you know? I feel like I'm starting to finally get comfortable with the boredom. And today, I think, was one of the best sessions, honestly. So, yeah. Around day four, something started to shift. The first 10 minutes were still uncomfortable, but after that, my brain started slowing down. It felt less like boredom and more like quiet. Something that I could really enjoy for once, instead of all these things that I fill in my head throughout the day because I'm so scared of it. That was officially day four. I felt pretty focused. I mean, I guess I felt less tired, I don't know, it felt easier today. That's for sure. And I'm not really seeing any more benefits than, you know, really than I was before. You know, I was starting to get a little impatient within like the last little bit. I'm sure you could probably tell within like the speed up, the time lapse, but yeah. By day five, the hour didn't feel nearly as long as it did the other 4 days, and especially the first day. Instead of fighting the silence, I started actually thinking about things that matter. Whether that's goals, problems I've been avoiding, ideas, everything started to click in my head, and it felt really, really good. I would definitely say once you get to 5 days, if you guys are trying this, it starts to become very proactive. Also on this day, I completely forgot to record a post video of how I was feeling completely after. Day 6 was honestly probably the first time the hour actually felt peaceful. No notifications, no scrolling, just me and my thoughts, just thinking. It made me realize how rare it is to actually be alone with your thoughts anymore, and how much that can actually do for a human. That was officially session 6, and I am seriously seeing some changes. That might sound a little crazy, like, I'm just standing still for, an hour a day, and I'm only on my 6th day. I guess I only have 1 day left, but I seriously feel like I'm not running away from boredom anymore. I feel like I'm not trying to escape, like, my own life through, like, little short dopamine hits. A lot less, at least, than I was, and I feel like that's really good. So, yeah, that's basically, what I was doing this for. By day 7, the silence didn't even feel uncomfortable anymore. It felt normal. And that's when I realized something. Maybe the problem isn't boredom. Maybe we're just not used to slowing down. And slowing down makes the things that are really important flow to the top of the brain, I feel like. Well, that is a wrap. That was day 7, and I feel a pretty significant change within, how I'm just acting on a day-to-day basis. I feel like I don't need to even scroll on my phone as much. I feel like I'm not, just running away from, my own life. I feel a lot less bored and stuff, and if you guys want to see more like this, if you guys want to see like a month or whatever, then I'm more than happy to do that. Just, like and comment, let's see what everyone's thinking. But I thought it was really good, and I feel a lot better, just in general.